What is up, YouTube? So today we're going to compare three headphones that I consider to be one of the best choices that you could purchase for the price without having to go over budget, such as buying Bluedio headphones and Sennheiser headphones. Okay, so we're not going to go into every single detail on these headphones. If you want to see every single detail, just let me know and I could do a separate review on each individual headphone. But for the most part, I will post the specs up in the top or left-hand corner for you to review as we go over these headphones. So this is a general overview just to kind of get you in the sense of which one you may prefer over the other without having to try them on or buy them all and then try each one individually until you figure out which ones you like. So we'll go over some specs and basically give you a general overview. So let's get into this review. Okay, let's start off from left to right and work our way through. So we have the Bluedio headphones. These are the PPS 8s, and these have 3D sound, and this 3D sound that these have is phenomenal. Like, no lie, this is really good. The issue I have with these are the fact that these ear cups are not small, but they're not the biggest. So they do go over the ear, but since there's 8 drivers in here, 4 on each side, this tends to get a little bit heated. Okay, so if you look, a little small, your ears do fit in here. They are recessed in, so your ears could house on the inside of it, but they get hot after a while. These things, when playing basically 3D sound, there's a mode where I believe it's you press 2 times back or something like that and it beeps. It'll go into 3D mode and 3D sound mode, and you could hear things like they sound like they're behind you, in front of you, and the reason for that is because they have 4 speakers. So if you buy Sennheisers or Bluedio, or not Bluedio, but Sennheisers or Bose, they don't have true 3D sound, and the reason for that is because they don't have enough speakers to create a three-dimensional sound. So it's all about fading in and out to give you that like basically curtain of having 3D sound, but in reality it's not. So when trying these on versus Bose and stuff, you'll definitely hear the difference in that depth. So these are highly recommended. Also, these are really loud. When you put them on and you say turn them up full blast and play something like a war scene or something on a movie, you could play some of those lists on YouTube and kind of generally get the idea of what it sounds like. And I want to say these are probably the loudest headphones I've heard, especially out of the 3. When the bass drops on these, or I watched some war scenes on YouTube with these, and they hit so hard that these literally shake on your head because they pack that much of a punch. One thing I do not like about these headphones is the fact that they make all this noise though. So if you listen, it's because these cups just float inside this aluminum housing. And if you look right here, they pivot, they make all that noise. I don't really care too much for that. This headband is not the most comfortablest headband that you could have. There's this plastic piece here that kind of puts a hot spot on your head over time. But for the most part, these headphones are great for the price. These, I believe, are 4.1 headphones, Bluetooth. They do have the newer version that's just like this, but they're 5.0 or 5.1, something like that. I'll show you in the description, or I will also show you in the top or left right hand corner of the current specs. These range around $100. I'll update that in the top or left right hand corner, so that way you get the full up-to-date specs as well. These ones, the reason why I bought these ones was because these ones eventually broke. As you can see, I used some JB Weld right there to hold the plastic piece. I accidentally pulled out too far on here, and the plastic cracked. It's plastic adjustments right here with a stainless band, and yeah, I mean, they're flexible and stuff, so as you can see, you could bend them pretty far out without them breaking. But for some reason I held this and I kind of pulled it off my ear, and then grabbed this one and then did the same thing, and I didn't realize that I was twisting this while I was doing so, because I was going to take it off my head, and yeah, it broke. But this band does not come with it. I purchased this separate. This is a Sennheiser band. I was trying to soften this band up, which it did, but these Sennheiser ones are not the softest either. They do have cushion, like as you can see, this is a pretty big cushion, but it's pretty firm at the same time. So it did help, but not the best. Also, you have, so this has like 24 hours of runtime on one single charge of battery. You have an auxiliary port where you could plug in the cable it came with to any device and run it directly without having to turn it on or use the battery up. You have on button, off button, skip back and forward, and plus and minus, just like any normal headphones. And the branding is also UFO for the model. Okay, so that's those. One thing I also did not like when using these was the charge port. The fact that when you move the cup this way, that's the charge port. It takes a micro USB to charge it. But when you plug in the micro USB that it comes with, plug it in, if someone accidentally grabbed these and moved it this way, it could jack up your charging port in there. No big deal though, I don't have that issue, but if you have kids, they could grab these and definitely destroy the charge port. So that's pretty much these ones. They do fold up, as you can see, really small, especially if you didn't have this extra cushion from the Sennheisers the Sennheiser cushion that I bought. So those are those. These, I believe, have 24 hours runtime as well. These are the Bluedio Victories. These ones are very nice compared to the PPS 8s. These are the 12s, the V12s. So the difference is these have 12 speakers in it. So there's, of course, 6 on each side. They are the DJ version, so you could actually twist one cup up if you want, so that way you can run one ear on and one ear off. You could do the same to this side as well, and also that tucks them away to give you a smaller form factor. I bought this little pad here also. This is a little bit smaller. I was trying different pads out to see which one was more comfortable. This one I like better because it is softer. The cushion here is not as stiff as that one. It's kind of like a weird fabric that it comes with. It looks like it's gonna rip, but it's been pretty good. I may link those in the description below if you're interested in either one of these pads. The band here feels like a metal, stainless steel that's painted. So there's no plastic over metal. It's just all one piece that's metal. So as you can see, it's machined out. So that way you have the grooves, speaker wires. These ones, I would say, are not as loud as these, but they do sound really, really good. So I prefer the sound of these over these, but if you're going for loud, definitely these are better. But comfort wise, I'd say these, because the band is a lot bigger too when you open them up. So if you have a bigger head, they fit better. The ear cup is circular instead of oval. So these ones have an oval ear band or ear cup, and these ones are circle. I like the oval better than the circle, but that's all preference. Okay, these I believe have 24-hour runtime as well. They have dual ports, so that way you can run auxiliary in either or. And the cool thing about this one is it does come with the fiber optic auxiliary port. So you can run fiber optic on this to get high def audio out of here. So these ones right here are more of a studio headphone. They're wireless, and if you run out of battery juice, you could hook it up either USB or fiber optic. They plug directly into the bottom. It does come with both of those cords as well, so all that's going to be shown above. So this one powers on via switch here. You pair it right here with the Bluetooth button. Your charging is micro USB at the bottom. There's a little indicator light there, and if you want to like change tracks or whatever, you swipe it up and down, volume. It's all done like kind of like how the old school iPods were, with the little, I believe they were the iPod Touch or iPod Video, whatever, before the touchscreens were out. They had that little wheel, and basically that does the same thing. Okay, so these ones are pretty comfortable. I do prefer the ear cups here though, a little bit better than these ones. The headband is the same, it's equivalent as far as comfort level, but having this larger ear cup push you out a little bit further for the headband. This one I would say is better as far as comfort. Okay, so those are the Bluedio Victories. Over here we have a gaming headset that I did not like at first, but after using them for a while, it did grow on me. So the audio of these, I would say, would not be as good as these. But if you didn't use these, then you would definitely see you wouldn't notice the difference in audio quality once you set this up correctly. And that's where I failed, was to set these up correctly. Okay, and I'll go over that and what I mean by that. So before we go into that, let's go over the features. These are about $160. The older version are about $120. And the difference between the older version and the new version, of course, is the look of this outer plastic and this foam piece. So these are deeper ear cups than the older version, and also these are a little bit wider on the band, so they sit on your head a little bit better, and they don't create a hot spot as the older version did, or as people complained. Okay, so these are Bluetooth enabled, and then you also, for PC playing, it comes with this little it's like a little antenna thing that you plug into the USB device, and you can run it like that, and there's no latency. So if you're playing video games, you want that high speed wireless, these are the way to go. Also, you got the option to plug in the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack right here. You have a little charging port here, and this other thing, it's not a 3.5 headphone jack, but it's almost like the micro USB. I'll show a little image of that above, so you kind of get a little picture in your head of what it's for. Like I said, if you want to see more in-depth details on each one of these headphones, let me know and I'll do an in-depth review. You do have an audio changer here. It's really sensitive. The old one was thought to be even more sensitive, but basically when you roll these wheels, like, there's a slight stopping point and then it goes again, but it's not substantial where you hit it and it's like stop. It's like you hit it and you could roll over it really fast. Like there's no positive stopping point. So I think they need to fix that. I believe these have like 24 hours runtime. I'll post that if they do or not. I don't want to get into those details because if I do make a new video of each one individually, I'm going to give you those specs verbally if you guys are interested. I do like the earpieces. The earpieces have this fabric mesh, like honeycomb texture to them, and they're really soft, really wide for your ear. So these are the most comfortable headphones I've worn, and I definitely would buy these again. You have your audio, you have your mic on and off, so you could pause the mic if you want. You also have the mic here, which the cool thing about this mic is you could leave it like that, or you could pull it out and maneuver it around. So there's a red indicator light that flashes if it's off, so you know if your mic's on or off. The cool thing about these headphones is they come with the app that you could adjust every single setting on here. So if you didn't want to see that red light on when it's off, you could get rid of that. So you could turn that off. You could adjust all the volume levels up and down. Whatever you want to do to these headphones, they could be adjusted in the app. Okay. The headband is fully adjustable, so you got this Velcro strap here that you can move up. And the reason why I would say these headphones are more comfortable than these is the fact that you got this headband that's elastic, and it just forms around your whole head as a unit. So there's no hot spot that just rests on the crown of your head. This whole thing distributes the weight across your entire head all together. And also these ear cups, like, look how much they rotate. So I mean, they feel cheap as far as the joint is concerned. So if you look here, it looks like they'll break, but I thought the same thing until I got these and I was using them, moving them around, and they haven't broke yet, and they do feel like they're really well built. This was the only part that I was scared of, but I haven't had any issue yet. So out of this lineup, I would definitely choose these over any of these. But like I said, the audio, like the bass and everything, is better on these ones than these, because these are more for gaming, so you get a better sound quality out of the Victories over all of them. But like I said, you get an app where you could adjust all the presets to whatever it is you need. And the fact that these are so versatile, out of everything, like you could play games, you could edit YouTube videos, you could do everything with these, whereas these are more dedicated to music and doing YouTube. So you can't really game with these. You would have to do an external mic. You can game with them, but you won't be able to talk to anyone if you do that online gaming. And the latency with these is very minimal because they are gaming headphones. So there you have it. This was a brief overview of what you could buy between the three. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see content like this and other content I'll be posting, consider subscribing. Until next time, see you in the next one. And don't forget, if you want to see any of these headphones, insightful review on these, definitely leave that down in the comments below of which one you're interested in. And if I get enough people interested in a certain one, I could go over all the specs. But for the most part, you should see it in the top left hand or right hand corner on the specs on these, if you don't mind reading. Until next time, see you in the next one. Stay tuned. Peace.